Hello there, my name is Squid Rectum, and today I come with you guys with a heavy heart to say that Joe Rogan blasted us as gamers. He said that we suck, that we're no good for nothing, we're going nowhere in life, that it's a wasted time. Joe Rogan hates gamers. If this means something, it literally only means to all this is saying is just confirming the fact that gamers are the most oppressed class out there. We gamers are the most oppressed people in the world. Joe Rogan calls our hobby a waste of time. What the fuck? That can only prove one thing, and that's that we are oppressed and people just don't understand us. What the fuck? Like, what? A wasted time? Games aren't a waste of time. No, they actually kind of are. So, I'm just kidding. It was a clickbait title. I was lying. Because I watched the clip, like the 4-minute clip, and honestly, all I can say about that clip is that I agree. I honestly, for the most part, I think I agree with Joe Rogan there. Maybe it wasn't the greatest thing to like talk about games like a drug, because he did mention drugs, games, and then when he said he's on video games, it was just a little weird way to say it. But yeah, I think he makes a lot of good points, and honestly, I don't really think that there's anything all that wrong. You know, it's not like, I don't know why, for some reason I started seeing videos pop up about this, and I was like, what? Does he like hate gamers now? I mean, I guess it wouldn't be that weird, maybe, I don't know. And then I went to go watch the video, and I was like, okay, this is like literally not a problem at all. It's a completely measured take. I think it's not bad. If anything, it holds a lot of truth. So let's just look at the video real quick. All right then, boys. I'm really gonna do it like this. This is actually how I'm gonna do it. No fucking lie. So let's just get into this. All right. So basically, the first couple of minutes is kind of important context, I would say. They're just basically talking about how there are people who kind of go through life without ever, I guess, searching for a thing that they like to do. There's people who don't have things they like to do, right? They just kind of go out and they're like, yes, I exist. And there are things that you can do, but I won't do. And
drugs or video games or something that stimulates them. And video games are a real problem. They're a real problem. You know why? Because they're fucking fun.
Addictive.
And you don't, yeah, well, I have a real problem with them. And you do them and they're real exciting, but you don't get anywhere.
Right.
okay, see, and that, I think that right there is probably the main comment. Probably one of the main comments that people will probably look at. And that's, you know, obviously just kind of compared them to drugs. He kind of compared video games to drugs, which is, you know, not really a good comparison to make. However, I think the point there still holds true that, you know, a lot of people do definitely waste their time on video games, you know? Instead of, you know, you'll probably spend like 6 hours playing games in one day, and ultimately you'll have achieved literally fucking nothing in life. Whereas, and you could maybe, you know, maybe take 3 hours to do something, learn something, and, you know, over the time it will add up to something great. Or not great, but maybe something that you could actually use in the real life.
It's like you could do like martial arts, right? You could learn jujitsu. You get obsessed by jujitsu, and then 3 years later, you're like an elite jujitsu athlete. You're entering in competitions. You're a purple belt.
You're moving up.
Yeah, you're doing well.
See, exactly like what I said, basically, that, you know, he uses jiu-jitsu as an example. However, I think you could definitely use a lot of different things as an example for this, because there's definitely a lot of skills that you could pick up that within 3 years will put you in a position where you can probably make money with them, you know? You could actually do stuff with them, you know? Like, I've always wanted to do computer science, right? And for a while I couldn't, just because I didn't have the ability to, just because I didn't have like a computer or anything, though I could have probably somehow managed to practice somewhere else, but I'm not that motivated. But, you know, around high school, or the last year, senior year, is when I got a computer where I could actually do stuff, but I still chose not to. Instead, I'd play games or watch YouTube, which actually that's something I also got to bring up. It's not necessarily only games. He's talking about literally anything that's a waste of time that, you know, you could use. You know, the time wasted, any time wasting activity is basically what he's talking about. He just happens to be talking more specifically about video games because it is, you know, a big thing. A lot of people play video games. A lot of people spend their time playing too many video games, and instead of, you know, learning something, which I did that too, you know, instead of, you know, learning how to program or something, I just fucking play. Where if I, you know, instead of playing fucking Minecraft for 5 hours, and if I decided to play Minecraft for 3 hours and then program for 2 hours, fuck, dude, I could have a job by now. That would have been 3 whole fucking years.
Wow, you thinking like 100 billion, but, you know, look, I heard the same argument about comedy. My own parents were like, do you know how few people make it as a comedian? I was like, okay, does anybody make it? Somebody makes it, right? They figure out how to do it. They make a living. I'm going to do that. Yeah. Just stop. Look, I know what I'm doing.
You see, I do appreciate that, though, that he does acknowledge that there is a potential to make money in video games. However, it's not foolproof. And I think even later on, he does go on to comment that it's a volatile one, too. It's a volatile industry to be in playing video games. And I'm gonna just end it here because everything else he has to say is basically just that it's a volatile industry. It's, you know, you have to be adaptable. You got to be able to do it. Basically, it's not the best industry to be in. You know, becoming like a pro gamer isn't something that is gonna last forever. You know, like it's definitely, you know, like overall, I think that this video wasn't bad or anything. I agree with it. It actually even got me to think a little bit because I still sort of do this. Except that I don't really play games as much anymore. I just kind of waste my time doing things like what you're seeing on screen. Ultimately, it is kind of a waste of time unless if something comes out of it, which I doubt it. So I should probably go and learn how to fucking program because there are world situations right now that are going to probably make college a pain in the ass. So might as well take some of that into my own hands. But anyways, yeah, overall what he said, he didn't say anything egregious. He didn't say anything bad. He said something pretty fucking true. Maybe, I don't know if he overgeneralized. Honestly, I can't know that. I don't know, like, real stats. All I know is what I see and what I've seen. Somewhat holds true. You know, somewhat does give validity to what he said. And, yeah, I actually don't even know if anyone's actually tripping about this. I'm assuming not. I mean, I saw a bunch of like thumbnails that seemed like it, but at the same time, I think that they're probably just fucking with you. I'm gonna do that too. I'm gonna make a fucking stupid ass thumbnail and title and be like, fucking, Joe Rogan hates gamers, and who knows? Maybe it'll get some clicks. Maybe you'll even get to this part and it'll be like, ah, I see, makes sense. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys liked it, give it a like. If you dislike anime, dislike the video. And if you really like anime, subscribe, por favor. This isn't an anime channel, I just made that up. But I usually just talk about random shit. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day.